go, guys. Here we go. So I'm with Iya, and now it's time to show you some techniques. So we'll focus on the yeah. I thought I was gonna fight her. We're gonna show you some techniques from the guard. Just maybe like the level 1 application or the very I don't want to say basic, but the very fundamental or entry level application of the triangle, strangle, or choke, right? Also known as omote sankaku, or the front triangle. Okay, so Iya's gonna demonstrate. Okay, so basically, like if you're in the guard, to make it very, very simple, this is the guard position. Okay, Iya's hips are on top of my hips here. So rotate one time. Okay, so in the guard, this is the reason why it's more advantageous for her than me in a way, because she is on top of my hips in terms of hip height, not head height. Okay, obviously I'm on top of her, but with the hips, because it's on top of my hips, she can attack my upper body. Compared to the mount, release the guard. If I mount Iya, okay, my hips are now on top of her, she can no longer attack my upper body. Okay, so that's the main, for me, the main understanding of the guard, to make it as easy as possible. If you get somebody tied around in between your legs, you can attack the upper body. Okay, so from here, the triangle, strangle will look like this. Let's rotate it back. Okay, so from here, so just push one hand inside. Okay, go ahead, lock it up. So boom, she has one arm trapped with my head, and now finish it one time. Whichever you like, whichever version you like. Yeah, they all work, guys. All the versions work. Okay, just so you know. Okay, so let's go back again. So to learn this move, we're showing it from close guard, but we will practice it from the actual triangle position, right? So with one arm trapped inside with my head, okay, and one arm outside. This is how you know you're in the triangle, strangle position. Now, if both hands come out, go back. This is no longer the triangle, strangle, choke position, okay? It has to be one arm and one head inside, okay? Now from here, basically what you want to do is put your hamstring on this artery right beside it. Okay, this is what you will call the strangle leg, the leg on top of my shoulder. And my other arm, my own shoulder, okay, will plug my artery here. So this one is a little bit hard to control, but your hamstring you can control for sure much better because it's your limb. So most of the strangle pressure will come from this leg. Okay, it's not even. I don't believe it is. I think this is more than the other. So go ahead, do the strangle. Go ahead, do the attack one time. All right. So once we're here, all Iya's gonna do is, to keep it simple, pull my head down. Good. Squeeze your legs and raise your hip. Okay. That's very good. Let's do it again. So let's add some more tips. Lock the triangle. So if the guy is big, like he has broad shoulders, you're gonna have to move the arm close to your center line or past it to make him show a smaller target, to make the shoulder line shrink, and so that your legs can accommodate all the mass in between it. Right, so now from here, one good way to do that is, let's see, you teach.
I'll bring my body itself, instead of like trying to force his arm to grow, to pull it across me, or, you know,
yeah.
If he keeps us very heavy, it will be so hard to the point that I can actually move my body. So why not move your body itself?
Yeah, that's pretty
so
good.
Now I'm closer to it, or he's closer to my center line. Okay?
Yep, and then go ahead. You can teach or finish.
Alright. So as Kevin said, hamstring on the neckline here. Keep it as tight as you can. Lock it up. So this one, what do we call this one?
The back of the knee?
The back, no, I mean this leg.
You can call it the support leg.
Okay, the support leg goes over the stuff of the strangling leg, and then you crunch everything down.
Yeah.
So basically you're using this to push down, and then, you know, my knees are also closing up.
Yeah, together. So it looks like this, guys. Look, see, look how, that's why they call it triangle. It's actually inverted because this is the base of the triangle and the sides are the ones going down to the hip line. So this triangle leg, release one time. Watch this. The toes have to be flexed up, pointed up, okay? So that your hamstring and the calf engage. It becomes solid. It becomes something that can push into my neck, right? And this one can be on the top of my head controlling. This leg pulls down, and the knee, the inside of the knee tries to touch the inside of the shin to make the space in between the legs smaller, so therefore making compression happen around the neck. And as much as you can, let's rotate the angle please one time. As much as you can, you want the back of the knee right on top of the groove, the curve of the ankle right here. So you want it locked like this. You don't want to lock it over the ball, over the instep of your foot, right where your toes are, because you might pop the ligament here. Okay, so you don't want to lock it by the toes, okay, because you might damage your foot here. Okay, so just remember that. So try this angle one time. So we're back in the triangle position here, one arm in and one arm out, and my head is inside with my arm. So from here, look, Ia goes under my arm, okay, and if I'm making it heavy, like she said, she goes to my hand, there you go, right? And then now if you need a little bit more, you can always raise your hips. So she's basically curling her heels down to my back to raise your hips, and I'll pass the arm across. Good. And then now from here, hold the head, yep, control. Now, here it's all about adjustment. So show your favorite way to adjust.
Well, for me personally, I do this. I take off the lock. I know a lot of people would say that it's not a secure way because it can easily pop out. But that's because maybe their leg here, the strangling leg, is a lazy leg. So when you unlock, you have to make sure that you're still axing your leg down. So it's harder for them to pull out.
Yeah, and if I do pull out, I'll actually make myself smaller because I'll move backwards.
Yeah, he's making himself smaller, that's right.
Yeah.
So from here, I am adjusting everything.
It's really, really tight. Okay, let's go back here. So you guys saw that one, the little adjustment, okay, with the arm and the ability to pull the head down. So one more time, we're here, back in the setup to practice. She goes underneath the arm, boom, okay, and then now holds the head down, and then she'll make her adjustment in any way, shape, or form. But yes, show us your favorite control points here.
Alright, so from here, I like holding the wrist like this instead of holding it like this. Personally, I feel like it is more natural to push away like this, like your thumb is facing up instead of down.
Yeah, and
right?
it's weaker. I feel like it's weaker.
Yeah, I feel like it's weaker if it's the other way.
Correct.
But then, you know, my preference, maybe some people have like wrist problems and this one works well for them. But
I think the key is to push it against your leg either way.
yeah,
Just so that you block the escape.
right, exactly. And then the other one is the head control, and of course the back control with your legs. Okay.
Yeah, very nice. And then from here, explain how you're adjusting the angle, please.
Okay, so you can even put your foot down on the ground, or you can put it here on the hip of your opponent. As you are trying to adjust, you are scooting your butt out to your posting leg, so that your hamstring will go snugly on his neckline.
Yeah.
And then you lock it up.
Mm-hmm.
One thing Kevin said is that you flex this one, and you keep it flexed while you're finishing the triangle. Try not to put it on the ball of your foot here. What do you call it? The top part, the instep. Because if you do, then you're actually beating the point of flexing this muscle here. If you put it here in the end, you're gonna force yourself to tip. How do you call that?
You're making your toes point. Yeah. Which should like point forward. It should point up.
Right.
Yeah, that's actually a good point. So you're actually nullifying the strangle power.
Yes.
Yeah, aside from hurting your foot, you're not going to put any power for the strangle.
Right.
Now just remember this, guys. When you are here and you gain access to the arm, the way Ia does this is really good. Like she goes underneath the arm, because sometimes it's hard to force it over. So it's easier to go under first.
Swim it inside.
Yeah, swim it inside, like a little underhook. Then if you need to pass it, you can raise your hips. So heels pull down, like you're doing a leg curl, then pass it. When the hips are up, it gets lighter. So once we're here, pin it to the leg. And the reason you're pinning it to the leg, guys, is this. Is rotate one second. You're pinning like this because if you don't, like you just push it away. Like, you know, I can grab and then wrist release it. Either way, if she grabs this way, I can open to the leg. I can still do it, see? So she's covering the weakness of her hand, the space between the thumb and index finger or middle finger, by pinning my arm, my wrist, or my hand to the leg. So now it's close. I can't peel this. Okay, it's very strong. Okay, of course, as I'm trying to peel it, which eventually I'll be able to do, I'll buy her time to finish this. Okay, then the other hand holds the head. So every limb has a purpose, okay guys? No lazy limbs, like you said. Okay, and then now go ahead, adjust. Yes, you see how her knee points down so that she can shoot the hamstring better, right, on my neck.
Yeah, my hamstring is actually catching your neck.
Yes, correct. Okay, so once we're there, that's really tight now. Okay, now when she locks it up, final detail, hold. The inside of your left knee, the support leg, should cover my shoulder, my right shoulder. Yes, you shouldn't see that. There we go. Now it's only my tricep and my head in between the legs. If my shoulder comes out, that's too much mass. So you want to get rid of that. That's why you angle out or you move back to get rid of that shoulder, to make me a smaller target. To go ahead.
Which is why you gotta scoot your butt out.
Yeah.
Because if you don't and you try to close a triangle from here, you're so aligned with each other, it's gonna be hard to close it. But if you create a little bit of an angle for yourself,
Yeah.
it makes them smaller, and then it might be a little bit easier for you to close it.
Yes, very, very good. And now for the super tough guys, okay?
It's super tough,
Yeah,
guys. What I'm trying to say.
Yeah, the super tough guys or girls out there, when you get into this position, sometimes, because like what you're doing is you're closer like this, right? So you're connecting the inside of your knee to your shin of the strangle leg. Your toes of the strangle leg are flexed. Your hamstring is engaged. You're raising your hips. You're also curling the support leg down. You're not finishing like this. Curling it down, pulling everything down. Sorry, raising the hips and pulling the head. Now the thing is, when you pull the head, right? It really adds a lot of horsepower to the strangle. But the chin, the direction of the chin where you pull it, it matters. So, kind of borrow one time. So to increase the head pull and the way it affects the strangle hold, let's say we're already here, boom. So hold the hand, boom, and lock the head, 2 hands on the head. One way they will counter this is they will look at your support leg. Okay, go finish it. Go.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little harder, right? So you want to turn, grab my head, like a watermelon.
Yeah.
Yeah, and actually turn it. Yeah, facing the hamstring. So the chin, so look at the alignment. It has to be my shoulder of the trapped arm or my tricep, bicep area of the trapped arm, my chin, and then her hamstring. It cannot be hamstring, my arm, and then my chin. This is how I can buy time to counter. So if she moves the chin, position in the right place, in between my arm and her leg, now it's really tight. Now go ahead, finish it.
So,
yeah.
Just to confirm,
Yeah.
really, my hamstring is catching your Adam's apple.
All of it, the artery, the Adam's apple, it's
Wait,
catching the
so
neck.
it's not just an artery that you're trying to catch, you're trying to catch everything.
Yeah, everything that you can with the hamstring.
Right.
You know, because think about it, this is the strongest, go ahead now. One of the strong stacks I can do is dependent where my chin is. If I'm like this, go ahead, don't let me stack you. Okay, ready, go. I'm gonna pass out. If I'm like this, go ahead, ready, same, so full pressure, go. See how I can move? Because I'm looking at the support leg. I'm more powerful here. But if my chin is in between your leg and my hand, and you hold my head down, and you keep twisting, you see how she's twisting, and then she pulls it down. That's it. Now I'm gonna go up. I can't move when it happens like that because the pressure is too immense, it's too direct. So that's the thing about stranglehold, guys. You want the stranglehold or the choke to be, you want the pressure to be direct to where you need it to be. Okay, so when you finish, when you practice a triangle, practice it like this. You know, can you do one time? So we're here. So you practice just the mechanics. One arm out, one arm in. You can practice like this first, okay? And then now from here, look, you go under, or you can pass it. Some people, they teach it like this. They grab the hand 2-on-1. You move the hips up, pass it, pull your knees to your chest, hold the head. That's okay, right? I'm bigger than Iya, so I don't really have to move her arm. So my preferred method is to hold the head down, grab the leg, and adjust. See that? Like I just turned the angle. That's my preferred method. I tuck my chin, hold the head with a collar tie, pull it down, scoop the leg, and now watch. I let my legs go and I turn. See, I turn. Now look, this thigh, the inner thigh is controlling her arm. Pull your arm up. It's actually going to help me lock this. And that's how you practice it, nice and slow.
I feel like that's a more efficient way because he only has to do one adjustment. When you did an angle, everything is being caught right away.
It's like a tourniquet.
Yeah. Unlike the one I was doing a while ago, after I move myself, I still have to make another adjustment with my legs to catch his throat. This one, it's a one going, like my arm and my neck is already in place.
Yeah, that's true, but yours is also good because that's the classic way, and classics never grow old. Right? When you're dealing with bigger guys, you may not be able to do the one I just did. The reason I can do it well is because I'm bigger than you, but against bigger people, the classic way, the strategy actually still works. Although if you really want to use this one, it's just simply a collar tie and a scoop grip under the leg. And when you turn, it's just using your thighs, you know, like, you can try one time. Okay, so I'm not sure this is Ian's first time to learn this. But we're here, let's try with my arm outside. Okay, so hold my head with a collar tie, then scoop grip, there's no switch. Yes, go under my leg. So when you unlock your legs, the inner thigh, this is the key, the inner thigh here is what's going to control my arm from slipping out. And if I do slip it out, you'll be able to lock it tighter. And this inner thigh is also going to push you to the angle you need to go. And the angle you need to go for this setup is for this variation is where the scoop grip is, the arm hugging the leg. Okay, the inside of the leg. So from here, go ahead, unlock your legs and use your thighs. Wait, go back. Don't push my hip. So hold me down, tuck your chin, unlock your leg. Yeah, that's it. There we go. Now it's really, really tight. Yeah, see it? So you can keep the leg a little bit like that.
So different from the one a while ago. So one a while ago, I was also seeing your forehead. Now this time, I was seeing your ear.
Yeah, you know, so they all work, guys. It's good to know. I'm happy you guys got to see both. You got to see the classic setup, which is very good, especially against bigger opponents, and you got to see this spinning setup, right? Or like, yeah, I think we could call it the spinning setup. Just against people who are smaller than you or your size or a little bit bigger, you know. But in general, the triangle, guys. If Ian went against somebody who was 6'4", 200 plus pounds, 6'5", 200 plus pounds, the triangle may not be the best move to do. Okay, so. No, and it's the same for every submission hold. You need to, or any technique, you need to know up to where, when, how, why, with who you can apply it, right? So you need to respect the
Maximum capacity.
yeah, the maximum capacity, the limit of the move, right? So every technique has a breaking point, right? And every technique has the most efficient or potent point. So you need to know it. So the venom is potent, but only to a certain degree. Okay, after a while, they're immune. So you gotta know, right? So it so happens, broad shoulders, big guys, like really big size discrepancy. Well, those guys are probably gonna be immune to the triangle. So maybe another submission hold may be better.
Unless it's another type of triangle.
Which one?
The one you're behind, like a rear.
Yeah, the rear triangle is different though. That's probably the most universal triangle in the book. The Oshiro Sankaku, right? Or the rear triangle. So that one, those different triangles. So today it's just from the guard to show finishing mechanics, because it's a very good technique, very easy to apply sometimes against somebody who doesn't know Jiu-Jitsu. But nowadays everybody knows Jiu-Jitsu, or like maybe 90%. And it's still good to know how to finish it and practice it like this. Okay, so hope you guys enjoyed that. Any questions, let us know. Ready? Here we go.